Well, we're heading down to do night chores here. And there's Blackbeard, our female cat. One of 4. Anyway, what? There comes Doug. Yeah. Nice night out tonight. Clear. It got up to, I think, what, +4 today? And it's supposed to go down to -2 tonight. And yeah, it's a nice clear evening. As you guys can maybe kind of see, it's a little bit lighter out here, and that's because we installed this, well, they used to be a halogen light, but now they're LEDs. And is it ever nice? It's dusk to dawn. It comes on its own, and the light down there is the chicken light in the chicken pen, and then that light there on the garage is motion censored, and the one on the house is on a switch. But yeah, it's nice for coming down here, especially during calving season, to have all this light when we're got cows in the barn and that we know that are calving. Come down here. I usually set my alarm for 2 o'clock and come down and check on everything. That's kind of halfway through the night for me. So anyway, yeah, so just heading down, and we're gonna get started on chores, and then we'll head back up to the house. First stop for the evening is closing up the old chicken door. Because at least earlier this winter, almost nightly, there was fresh fox tracks in the snow every night, so we know that.
Too bad we don't know crap, right?
Yeah. So we know that there is foxes around, and it is starting to get warm enough now that raccoons and skunks would be moving, so you wouldn't want to leave that open. Jess is just feeding the kids, her other 3 kids. So that's just kind of in a way, an automatic feeder, but.
We got milk all day in there.
What's that?
We got milk all day in there.
Is there milk all day? And they're just now starting to get on the grain, but they were having a bit of a hard go of it. So we picked up some dairy ration, which is just a 16% protein ration with molasses in it. Kind of helps the animals eat a little bit better. So she just hopped straight on up there because she knows what she's doing. And she likes to eat grain. And then Jess is just throwing her kid in the other pen there with the other kids for the night, so that when she milks in the morning, she gets a little bit more milk. Evening milking, she doesn't get a whole lot, but so we just usually the goats knock some hay out here onto the ground, and if that's the case, then we just pick it up and we put it back in the feeder. Or we just grab a flake off of the square bale and we throw it in there, and then she's just throwing some grain down in the trough there for them. Okay, so they're due middle of next month, and that's her buck on the end there tank.
Got everything.
And not a whole lot to do for the chickens. The chickens have just an automatic feeders, and yes, it's incredibly wet in here right now, but they have automatic feeders, and then they just got a water dish, and then there's a pen of, what are these?
Silkies.
Silkies
And frizzles.
and frizzles up top, and then down below, probably hard to see, is lavenders. So she's just collecting the eggs. And then there's just 2 little nest boxes on the outside. And these eggs here, she is selling as fertilized, or they are fertilized, so she's selling them as hatching eggs. So what'd you end up with there? No, for
Oh, 2 and 3. And then I don't know how many.
2 Orpington and
3 silkies.
3 Silkies. So we put this watering system in this winter for the cows. And it works pretty slick. Water goes up, goes down that white pipe, and goes to the far end of the barn, and it's all sloped so that it's just gravity drained. So when I turn it off, it just drains out and doesn't freeze in the line. And I'll turn the backlight on. And then it just slopes down to the far corner. And it comes out into the watering trough.
Can't see anything.
And this backlight is really handy too. We'll leave it on if we have cows calving, or if we know that there's somebody that we need to keep an eye on and have to come out in the night. It makes it a little bit easier for seeing out back. And then we still haven't checked the cows. We still got to go out there and check them, but this is another little new project we did. There's 3 2x6s with 3 boards, 1 at each end and 1 in the middle, screwed in the bottom. And it's just covering the gutter, which is full of water right now, but as you can see, and those boards that are cut are the exact same width as the gutter. So it allows it to not be able to go side to side. And the reason why we have these in here right now is we don't have cows tied in here, and these are going to be set up so, or they are set up so that we can easily bed them down and have a cow come in and calve, same as that pen there. Just covering the gutter. So all we got to do is throw some bedding down, and then we can bring the cow in to calve. And that just keeps her from laying down or stepping in the gutter and getting all issued. So yeah, so we'll have to still go out back just let that water finish running, and then we'll head back and check the cows. So we usually check the cows definitely every morning and night, just to see if anybody or how they are progressing. And then we are usually out here at least once throughout the day, just checking on stuff. So, but definitely we like to make a point to check them over pretty good every 12 hours. And that's just to make sure that if somebody's calving, we are there to help if needed. And throughout the day, this is where you could usually find Jess. So we're just out back now, checking out the cows, doing the old once over before we go to bed. Well, not go to bed, it's only 9 o'clock, but. So usually what we come out and look for is we check their bags, see how much the bags have filled out with milk, if their milk's dropped at all. Cows will usually, you want to just show them there, the cows will usually sink in around the base of their tail. We say sink in, but it just kind of becomes soft and squishy when you press on it. And that'll usually happen
like the day.
Yeah, the day that they're gonna calve. So there's just between that and checking their bags for milk and that, it's kind of 2 ways of seeing if there's anything gonna calve. To go by mucus discharge and that can happen within like a month of calving. So, but those are two pretty good ideas of what might be to come.
Charlotte, you're so wild, eh?
Charlotte are so wild. We get a lot of people commenting, telling us how crazy Charlottes are, and to be honest, I don't know. I wouldn't trust them any more than I would any other cow, and I trust them more than most. Our herd anyway, but I mean we tie our calves in when they're young and everything like that. So I guess it makes for a quiet herd, but to me, I don't know why you'd ever want to have anything but a quiet herd with the number of cows that we have anyway. I understand guys that have 100+ cows. Obviously, you're not going to have them tied in and be able to look after them and keep them quiet. But for the size of herd that we have, to me, there's not really any excuse as to why you couldn't have a nice quiet herd, no matter the breed. So anyway, that's my opinion. So it's probably going to get dark over this way, so bear with me. And there's Malls, and that's the cow that just calved. I don't think I can see it. I don't think you guys can see him. But anyway, there's a calf there in the dark. But we're going to continue checking calves. Or cows, sorry, for calving sign. But as you guys can see, just an absolute beautiful night. Oh, that's the outline of the implement shed up there, and just a beautiful skyline. So
And a horse.
anyway, all right guys, thanks for watching, and again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and leave us a comment. Hit that thumbs up button and like it and share. All right, see you guys.